everyone. Welcome to the Cottage. I'm Joey, the Veiled Cottage Witch, and this is another episode of One Card in 4 Decks. We are working our way through the major arcana now, and we're on to card 5, the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is a card of spirituality, so I've chosen the amethyst. So amethyst is such a wonderful stone because it has so many uses, but for today we're focusing on spirituality, meditation, intuition, all of those wonderful things. So this is one of my favorite pieces because it is gorgeous. This is a chevron amethyst, so you can see the chevron shape. I love this stone because I love towers. So this stone is perfect to represent the Hierophant, as you'll discover as we get through this video. So let's get into it. So there's so much symbolism. I'm going to try to get through a lot of this. If I leave some out, forgive me. There's just so much to get through. So let's talk about the number 5. 5 is the turning point. 5 is where we come to a point where there's conflict. So as the Fool goes through the journey of the Fool's journey, this is almost like a big stop sign, like saying, whoa there. And you can see that gesture that he's holding. It's just like, whoa, hold your horses. We got to talk. So let's talk about some symbolism. So the temple that the Hierophant is in is symbolic of a safe space where, it's like church. It's a place of spiritual wisdom and guidance. So it kind of represents the structure of morals of society. This is where the Fool is introduced to, okay, before you get too far, here's the rules. This is the ethics that you have to follow if you want to go out into the big wide world. So the Hierophant is the revealer of holy things. So the sign that he's holding, let me get my porcupine quill, with 2 fingers up and 2 fingers down, is actually the ecclesiastical sign. 2 fingers pointing up and 2 fingers pointing down means he can receive divine wisdom to share with the commoners. And the commoners here would be these 2 acolytes. So he represents the outer visible qualities of religion, where the high priestess symbolizes the inner, hidden, and mysterious aspects of the occult. So this is the yin and yang of, the difference between the high priestess and the Hierophant. So that's where they differ a little bit. So the crown, as you see, it's a 3-tiered crown, is represented by what the Pope wore from the 14th century until 1963, when it was the mitre. And the mitre looks like a fish with a really big open mouth, as I'm sure you've seen before. The staff is adorned with the papal cross, indicating a rank higher than the archbishop. So this is the big important staff that you have to be of pretty high rank to be able to hold. Now the acolytes here are initiates. They have come to be indoctrinated into the church, so to speak. Now the crossed keys here, they are the keys to the kingdom promised to St. Peter by Jesus. So this is high authority still, you know. It's almost like you can't get any further than this this place. You can't, the acolytes can't be up here with the high priest or the Hierophant. If I say high priest, a lot of my other decks refer to the Hierophant as the high priest. And since he kind of is on the same level as the high priestess, so forgive me if I cross over there. So the high priest or the Hierophant is basically symbolic of conformity. I know, yuck, I hate that word too. But it's representative of the proven formula, the teacher of all things, one who imparts wisdom from a place of understanding to those less knowledgeable. This is the teacher, right? This is the educator or the mentor. So this is a calling to pay attention to those with more experience and to share the knowledge from a place of authority. So when you see this come up in a reading, it's to pay attention to those who know more than you, kind of. Or it's a calling for you to maybe teach others, basically. So that is the Hierophant. So let's take a look at some other decks and see what they have for the Hierophant. So this is the Darkwood Tarot. I absolutely love this interpretation. We have the Hierophant as a tree, and a female tree at that. So it's a kind of dark, but if you look closely, you can see these little turtles down here as the acolytes, or as the commoners, so to speak. You've got the crossed keys, and then we have a scroll here. And you have the symbol of Taurus because that is the ruling sign of the Hierophant, is Taurus. And then it's very hidden what else this has to say. There's lots of symbols representing secret knowledge, right? And then you have all of these stacks of books here. I think that's kind of funny because it's a tree and then there's books. That's kind of funny to me. But she's got that 2 fingers up and 2 fingers down. And if you look really closely, she's got a light up here. And I love that little light of knowledge that is coming from her fingers. I just really like that small little detail. That's really cool. And instead of a crown, she has all of her branches stretching out. So we know that trees are really old. That's where we get that tradition coming through, you know, that arcane wisdom, that knowledge being passed down. And I love that representation. You know, trees have been around for centuries sometimes. And, you know, we can learn a lot from them. They are our teachers, you know. And I love this snake coming around here representing the tree of knowledge and how we can learn so much from them, you know. And I really love this interpretation, so I had to bring it out. So this is the Darkwood Tarot. And then we have the Uncommon Tarot, and I was just blown away by this interpretation. So we have the Wise One instead of the Hierophant, and it's a huge Buddha statue. We've got lotus flowers, we have onlookers, we have a beautiful fountain, we have the crossed keys front and center. But instead of it being in a Christian temple, it is out in the open. And I love that. You know, the Buddha teaches stillness, meditation and peace. And instead of his hands, you know, commanding in that 2 fingers up, 2 fingers down, we see he's in that meditation pose, you know, the seal of knowledge. And I just love that. I love that you see people in all forms. Some are in a boat, some are standing on the statue, some are just looking by. And I love that you can see the people in all forms just all around the statue. This means to me that he is reaching people of all cultures and all ethnicities all over the world. And I love that. You know, you're not closed in a temple. You're outside in the open. And I just love this interpretation so much. I can't get enough of this card. It's so beautiful and so different than anything I've ever seen the Hierophant being represented. So had to bring that out. This is from the Uncommon Tarot. And then, oh my gosh, you guys, it took me so long to find the perfect 4th card, but I found it, and it's from the Tarot of the Dragons. Check this out, you guys. It's so pretty. Look at this beautiful rainbow dragon on top of this Mayan pyramid. Isn't that gorgeous? And then look at all the animals kind of standing by, and then look at this green mist. Isn't that beautiful? It's like all the animals have gathered around. And here he is. His pulpit is actually at the top of this Mayan pyramid. How cool is that? It's just such a beautiful card that it actually kind of took my breath away when I found it. I was like, this is it. This is the card. The Mayan ruins are so ancient. They're so old. I don't think that I've studied anything older, really. And to see this rainbow, it just, to me, represents one of the oldest mysteries, you know, to me. And then we have all the animals showing up to listen to what this rainbow dragon has to say, you know, and then, you know, the animals representing the initiates, you know. I'm almost like I don't have the words. It's just so beautiful. I really, really appreciate the artwork. I really appreciate the symbolism. It's just so beautiful. I had to bring this out. It's gorgeous. So that was the Hierophant in the Rider-Waite Smith, the Dark Wood Tarot, the Uncommon Tarot, and the Tarot of the Dragons. So tell me how you interpret the Hierophant in your decks. Leave that down in the comments. Please give this video a like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, all the good things. If you'd like to financially support this channel, you can do so by buying me a coffee, or you can just, all the details are down below, or you can just scan this QR code right here, but absolutely no pressure. You can visit my website where it's theveiledcottagewitch.com. You can book a service, book a class, book a workshop. We have workshops going on all the time. You can also shop my herbal store. Just remember to, at checkout, enter that code word, all caps veiled, to get your free shipping. That's only available through my YouTube channel, so don't miss out on that. Other than that, live your best life and live for yourself. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.